Hi there everyone, morning from the garden in China. Just a quick one today. I would like to give you what we call in the energy dynamic model an imagitation, which is a cross between imagination and meditation, so you can understand the role of your mind in the energy dynamic model. This is one way the energy dynamic model is unique compared to other modalities because the role of the mind is very, very different. So I'm just going to say a few words. If you want to just listen, maybe shut your eyes, it's up to you, and see if you can imagine what the role of the mind actually is and how we can improve our experience of life by really buying into this concept so we remain good, solid, authentic human beings. So, imagine that your life experience is similar to a pen, and what you actually do in your life is symbolized by what the pen writes. So your story, your adventure, your journey in this life is what the pen ends up telling. But the pen represents you in this body with all your stuff. But there are separate parts in the pen, and they have really key roles to play in our journey of life. Let's imagine that the ink is who you are. The ink is where your essence lives. Your ink is how you react to this experience. But the ink itself needs to have a focus, because if the ink doesn't have a focus, it would just splurge on the paper in a big ink blot. And we don't want splurges because we don't know the story. You can't own the story if it's just a mass of ink blobs. So this ink needs to be focused. This ink needs to be carried down the tube into a nib so you can hold on to the ink using the tube and then carefully curate the words that you write. Now that tube that's keeping the ink in the pen and focused down into the nib is the mind. Takeaways from this: the mind has absolutely no influence whatsoever on what's written. It has no influence whatsoever on what the ink is experiencing. The mind, in essence, has to be clear. So in the energy dynamic model, what we look at is what the ink means, what this who you are is. What we look at is how do we curate situations when that ink can come out of the pen and write beautiful words, which is your life experience. What we look at in the EDM, the energy dynamic model, is how to keep the mind clear, focused and strong so we can grip the pen and write beautifully. We also need to understand how to keep that ink flowing, and that's when we look at feels and what we feel. Because as the ink flows, that is an energy, and that energy needs to be powered by how you are inside. So it flows through you, and that's defined by who you are and your situation and what you feel about it. So we need that ink to keep flowing. We need that mind to be strong, clear and focused so you can grip hold of it and you can write your beautiful stories as you go about your life experience. So, in the energy dynamic model, your mind needs to be clear, needs to be focused, obviously, and it needs to be strong. First step to that is to request a Meet Your Mind exercise delivered by our marvellous practitioners. And what they will do is they will meet your mind with you, so you can meet your mind, you can say hello, and you can imagine the construct that that mind is. Therefore, you can leave the mind to be the clear tube, the focus that you need, while you stay in the real world and build up what you feel given who you are in your situations. And the way to do that is explained in the new book, Complete Works, the Energy Dynamic Model, which has lots of information in it, including 16 exercises that shows you how to identify who you are, how to get those feelings going, and to create a magical experience for yourself and others in this real world. Okay? So you take care, and if you want to buy the book, or if you want to book an appointment with the Meet Your Mind practitioners, just let me know. My website is www.energydynamicmodel.com. Thank you very much.